have to always remember something. Research has shown that every happy, successful couple was always going to have 10 areas of incompatibility. And it's okay. You're not going to agree on everything. You're going to agree on a lot of things. But it's not the end of the world if there are things that you don't agree on. It's fine. You have to accept it and understand that that's perfectly normal. Couples must be willing to work together, realizing that neither one is always right or always wrong. But there's got to be something that we achieve called compromise. Try to see the other person's point of view and you don't need to necessarily win every argument. Because, as Rabbi Miller would tell us, how many husbands are right now living in basement apartments in Brooklyn because they had to win? And they're eating Meal Mart frozen dinners. Don't have to win. Nitzachon is one of the greatest travesties. Nitzachon is idea of victory. Is it worth winning the battle in order to destroy something which is eternal as our marriages? We don't want that. Who is right is not important. Who cares who's right? Each person should hear and validate what the other person is saying. Validation does not mean you agree with your spouse, but it means that the other person's opinion is heard. So a practical primer for women, paying attention. Everyone wants to be listened to and heard. At the end of a long day, you've had a long day with your children, etc. You may not feel like listening to your husband. Do it anyway. It's a kindness and a big chesed to him. 2, be interested. Paying attention is good, but seem sincerely interested in what he has to say. If it interests your husband, it should interest you. Stay awake. In order to accomplish the first and second, you may have to stay awake, but many of us are tired, we have jobs, etc. Especially when your children are young. It may not be easy, and if you go to sleep early every night, chances are you and your husband will not be spending much quality time together. Be sensitive to his needs. If your husband likes to stay in at the end of a long day, try not to fill your evenings with too many social obligations and cultural events. Express your affection in words. Yes, even big tough guys need to know that you feel about them, care about them. That's important. Actions are not enough. Expression of the words are critical. Show admiration. And I'm sure it's not an issue in this forum, but even more than our love, our husbands want our respect. Don't hesitate to tell them how proud you are of how they handle their business and their accomplishments at learning. Very important. He finished the Masechet. Tell him it's great, I'll make you a siyum if you want. Encourage him to share his dreams and help them come true. Assist him with tasks he doesn't enjoy. Many men hate to shop. So buy things for them, whether it's clothing or ties or shirts, whatever. That shows that you care about them. And be an ezer kenegdo. If we see our husband about to make an erroneous decision or head down a bad path, it's our job to find a loving, creative way to stop him. I always say to my guys, if you're going into a business deal and you want to reach an agreement with someone, bring him home and let your wife watch him when he eats dinner. She has an amazing being in Yisera.